From 1981's debut album by the Comateens, their cover of The Munsters theme, a ubiquitous classic, heard every Halloween on WFDU FM probably since 1981. And the Comateens are with us tonight on the show.
Hello, everybody. This is Nicholas West.
And Lynn Bird.
Let me just throw out a few songs here. Get Off My Case, Resist Her, The Late Mistake, the Munsters theme that we just played. It's great having you on the show.
It's a pleasure to talk to you, Ghosty.
Well, thank you. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to get you on the show is because I became aware of your website, which is comateens.com. And I'll tell you this, I think it's the best website I've seen from any band ever.
If you knew how we killed ourselves over that website.
It's about 350 pages, maybe. It was done by Krell Studios, and they really, really did well by us.
It's everything you'd want to know about the Comateens and then some.
It's more than anybody would want to know about Comateens, as far as I can tell. But
no, we wanted to do something where we would show the experience of a mid-level '80s band. You know what they went through to do their thing. It's kind of like we say, it's the '80s Odyssey. You know.
Yeah. It's sort of a coffee table book about the '80s madness.
Well, you've got everything on here. You've got a huge collection of memorabilia, some music, some video. And one of the things I like about the 80s Odyssey timeline is no matter what you click on, there's some sort of sound accompanying it.
That's right. We thought that was very clever, actually.
It is very clever. You click on the Empire State Building, and you hear the sound of New York City.
Yeah.
We're so glad you enjoyed that and that you noticed that. We want it to be entertaining, and actually, what's on that site is about 2/3 of what we actually have. I mean, during our career, we kept everything, and we knew there would be a day where we'd be looking at this stuff going, holy cow. The little posters and all that stuff. So we really had a lot to choose from making an entertaining site.
It's just a hell of a job to digitize everything.
It was an enormous job. It took 2 years to do that.
Yeah, it looks it. And I see you're also, well, I was going to say, hey, they're selling the first Comateens CD on there, but now I see that it's sold out.
It sold out very quickly, and we were amazed.
We're discussing right now re-releasing it again or doing another run. That was almost a kind of a test run, and we were very surprised how it sold out. So we're thinking of doing it all over again. You
see, Comateens come from the before time, and almost none of our stuff was released on CD. It was all vinyl, and I think we broke up just as CD was coming out. It was maybe 90, 91. We only had one commercial CD release back then, which was a best of.
Right.
So now we're starting to recycle through all that stuff, and we want to get it out on CD, so that we can get it out on CD just before CD dies. So
Yeah, so we'll be back in the same boat there.
Then you have to do Blue Wave or whatever.
Right, exactly.
We are going to be negotiating with the iTunes store, most probably, to sell our tunes from the first album.
Right.
As I sit here and look at this first record, because we've obviously got it on vinyl here at WFDU FM, you guys did some pretty offbeat cover songs on this record.
That was one of our specialties. We really prided ourselves in finding obscure covers. Actually, they're not such obscure songs, but
they were comical because they were like these really some of them would be bubblegum or surf music or whatever is. The songs generally had nothing really to do with our trio and with our the way the band was, and we just loved the juxtaposition of doing a song that completely did not match us.
Right.
Right. Well, you've got some that, like TVC-15, yeah, you could see.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yeah, I guess that's some. Well, I don't know. The original Bowie production is incredibly extravagant and has all kinds of things going on, and to do a double speed version with just bare bones was kind of ridiculous, but we liked it.
Well, but in terms of ridiculous, you've got the Munsters theme.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess
which turns out to be really the most popular thing we ever did.
It's insane. Everybody wants that for Halloween parties.
Ghosty, what cover that we did do you consider particularly strange?
Well, your Summer in the City that's on here, the last track on side one, for those of you who actually remember such things as sides. I thought that was pretty odd. The TVC-15 was odd, but I could see where it was coming from.
True.
And the Munsters, before I even knew who Comateens were, I was aware of the Munsters cover because every Halloween it was played on WFDU FM.
We did Summer in the City. We also did She's Not There by the Zombies. We did Telstar
by the Ventures.
We did Secret Agent Man.
Right. We Gotta Get Out of This
We
Place
Gotta
by
Get
the Animals.
by the Animals, right.
We did Have I the Right by the Honeycombs.
Oh,
we
wow.
did Ladies Godiva's Operation by the Velvet Underground.
Mm-hmm.
That sort of matches.
You were trawling the 60s.
We were trolling the 60s and putting our own lunacy into it if we could do it. Yeah.
You were also part of what I would call the vanguard of new wave acts who used drum machine.
Absolutely, and that was one of the reasons why we were doing so many covers. We were having a great time turning on the drum machine and playing these old songs in a very robotic way, and just kind of plowing through them without any emotion or, we were trying to mechanize these songs.
Yeah, we also did Kicks by Paul Revere
We did
and the
Kicks,
Raiders.
exactly. At one time, us and Suicide were probably the only bands.
We were the only ones here in Manhattan doing that.
Right.
And then there was that guy from Mute Records who did Warm Leatherette. But it was just us three. Nobody was doing anything.
Mm-hmm.
So,
with drum machines.
Yeah, with drum machines in 1978. It was like we were one of the first. I mean, you could count these bands on one hand, and we were there.
And also the old joke was we used to say that we were one of the few bands that could go to a gig in a cab. We had the drum machine, a couple of guitars, and that was the end of it.
And a mini bass amp, and there was really almost nothing, and we could fit the entire thing into a checker cab and just go to the gig.
Right.
So the band was active from, we're thinking 78 to 86?
Very good, yes.
Pretty
78
close,
to
right?
86.
Yeah. And then you and Lynn worked together in 1990.
Yes.
Well, our guitarist died, and then we decided to work together as a duo. It was called Weston Bird, and we recorded one album as Weston Bird in 1988. And then we took the name Comateens back.
Yeah, because nobody could deal with Weston Bird, and we came out with a song, and it became popular. It was actually it was another cover, wasn't it, of a French song? So we did another cover, and every time people would go, "Oh, it's the Comateens." It's like, okay, fine.
So we remained the Comateens really until 91, and that's when the band really ended. We did our best of, and that came out, and then we broke it up.
So what do you got apart from working together on the website? What have you been doing individually?
I have been a pop songwriter since then, writing for all sorts of European recording artists. I've become a behind-the-scenes guy writing music for people.
Yeah, he's really good at that.
And
he's got a nice roster of people that he's writing for. Me, I'm just doing mostly graphic design.
And I should mention that you can find out all of this stuff at the website, comateens.com. And you're working together on this website, and that begs the question, maybe perhaps some new Comateens music in the near future?
Absolutely.
Definitely. We really want to do it because, at first you sort of think, well, who the heck wants to pay attention to us or whatever. But then everybody and their mother is playing out right now except us. I mean, everybody that we used to do double bills with at Max's or CB's or Hurrahs or Tracks or whatever, they're all now they're doing it again, and it's like, well, if they can do it, we can do it, Yeah,
we're getting a little jealous.
Yeah.
So we're going to get our tapes. We want to get our multi-tracks back from the various companies that have them. We want to re-release our stuff, probably as a box set,
right?
And maybe do a little remixing here and there and bring those mixes up to speed, because those records are actually better than they sound, as far as I'm concerned.
And we'd also like to do a little recording.
And some recording. I think we can. I think there's going to be new music coming from us very soon.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to hearing it. And certainly Comateens are a band that we've continued to play on WFDU FM. Never quite stopped, actually.
Yay!
Yay! Thank you so much.
Sure. And it's been great talking to you. And once again, comateens.com. And people can also find you through MySpace as well.
Thank you so much, Ghosty, for calling and for putting us up there. Thanks for keeping the teens alive. When we get new stuff out, we'll come out there and visit you.
All right, here we go. Comateens on WFDU.